Messerschmitt P.1106 single-jet fighter. This project, intended as an improvement on the P.1101, has a similar outline except that the pilot sits at the tail end of the fuselage, behind the fuel tank. The pilot's former position is taken up by the two Mk-108s and a tricycle undercarriage. The design resulted in poor visibility for the pilot, and as the performance of the P.1101 was not improved upon, this project was abandoned. Span: 21 feet 10 inches. Length: 30 feet 2 inches. Maximum speed: 617 miles per hour. Messerschmitt ME P.1107/1 long-range bomber. This was Messerschmitt's first jet bomber design. A mid-wing four-jet aircraft with sharply swept-back wings. There are no vertical tail surfaces, but the tailplane has a large dihedral angle and is also swept back in a butterfly tail. The engines are buried in the wing roots, with the intake at the forward wing root. The fuselage is circular in cross-section, with the main wheels of the tricycle gear retracting inboard into it. The nose wheel retracts aft into the fuselage. There was also a version of the P.1107 with a T-tail, the P.1107/1. Span: 57 feet. Length: 59 feet. Wing area: 655 square feet. Aspect ratio: 5:1. Power plants: 4 Heinkel-Herth HES-011 units. Maximum flying weight: 67,500 pounds. Fuel: 33,000 pounds. Landing weight: 37,000 pounds. Bomb load: 8,800 pounds. Maximum speed at 23,000 feet, 580 miles per hour. Maximum range: 3,000 miles. Operating height with bombs: 37,400 feet. Takeoff distance with 6 ATO units: 8,200 feet. Rate of climb at sea level: 1,650 feet per minute. Landing speed: 110 miles per hour. Messerschmitt P.1108/1. This Messerschmitt project design was for a long-range bomber. It had a low swept-back wing with 4 Heinkel-Herth HE-11 jet engines and paired nacelles, half embedded in the wing trailing edge, and were fed by a common intake on each lower wing surface. The two-man crew sat in a tandem arrangement in the nose of the aircraft. A tricycle landing gear arrangement was designed, with main wheels retracting into the fuselage. 2,200 pounds of bombs could be carried, and the range was 1,243 miles. Span: 66 feet 1 inch. Length: 59 feet 9 inches. Maximum speed: 528 miles per hour. Messerschmitt P.1108/2. The MEP-1108/2 was a long-range bomber project with a delta wing layout, a vertical fin, and 4 Heinkel-Herth 011 turbojets buried in the wing. A crew of 2 was envisioned, and the bomb load was to be 5,500 pounds. Messerschmitt P.1111. The MEP-1111 design was for a tailless aircraft with the wings swept back at 45 degrees, being a near delta shape. Each wing held 3 unprotected fuel tanks, with a total of 330 gallons. There was a single swept-back vertical fin and rudder. The cockpit was pressurized and fitted with an ejection seat. and had a fairing extending to the base of the fin. The armament consisted of 4 Mk108 30mm cannons with 100 rounds each, 2 in the wing roots and 2 in the nose. Span, 30 feet 1 inch. Length, 29 feet 3.4 inches. Maximum speed, 618 miles per hour. Messerschmitt P.1112. The ME P.1112 was a refinement of the P.1111. The design went through many changes, and in a short time, the final form was reached. The project's final design featured a 40-degree swept-back wing with a self-sealing fuel tank. A single Heinkel-Herth 011A jet engine was planned. 2 air intakes were located on each side of the fuselage above the wing roots. The tail unit was changed in the final design to a smaller V-tail from a more conventional large single fin and rudder. This helped reduce the surface area and lessen drag. A tricycle landing gear arrangement was decided upon, with the main gear having a wheelbase of 6 feet 11 inches and retracting from the wing into the fuselage. The pilot sat in a pressurized cockpit that was set well forward, with the canopy being fully faired into the fuselage. Armament consisted of 4 Mk108 30mm cannon, which were located in the fuselage sides surrounding the cockpit. Span, 28 feet 8 inches. Length, 27 feet 1 inch. Maximum speed, 683 miles per hour. And yes, all of the designs in this particular episode were project abandoned. And a lot of time got wasted trying to make this video, hunting down designs that were spurious and bogus and never existed at all. Designs like this one, the Messerschmitt Zerstorer Project 1 and 2. No, these airplanes don't exist, but at least I think this one looks cool, even though it's bogus. I'm convinced that the Messerschmitt Zerstorer 1 and 2 projects weren't real because, for one thing, the drawings didn't show up until 1947 in France, and the dimensions of the engine compartment don't correlate to any design that the Germans were manufacturing. And there were a lot of designs that didn't make it into these videos, for one reason or another. I would say the most common being that I had already done a segment on that particular manufacturer and I couldn't go back and add stuff later. Here's an example of some of the designs that I never got around to. Also, a pet peeve of mine is when you see writing in the edges or the periphery of a video and you can't see what it says. Here's what my bookshelf actually looks like. Okay. And before I go, I plan to do some videos on guitar design next. And I'd like all you good airplane folks to know that I plan on creating kind of a ruckus in the guitar world. I'm going to be slamming some things that are sacred cows and not supposed to be slammed. And yes, I'm plan on being an outcast and getting thumbs down all over the place. But I'm prepared for that. The only thing that really helps me out is that I know I'm right. So, with that, have fun till next time. The present tense has been used for convenience in the following contexts. However, this does not mean that an aircraft is in existence or that one was ever built.